Alrighty, hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. What are we doing here? What are we doing? We are. Alright, so I made this kind of like telephone pole trailer. So what we need to do is we need to reset up the farm. Essentially is what needs to happen. So a couple of the pods on this one aren't filling up. And I want to make just a couple of small changes to it. So we have to tear this one down and drag it back. We have to tear it down. I don't know if we need this vessel. I feel like I could probably do it with this little guy here. Oof. All right. Yeah, this little thing. Can always use this to get crabs. It has quite a bit of storage too. That was kind of the initial idea. All right, there are lights. Let's see. There we go. Oh boy. This one holds a lot of fuel too. Oh boy. So we can stick with the small ship theme. I'll see. This is not really built, like, it's just a small vessel, right? It's not really built to handle much. Well, we could drop that cage down onto there. You know what? If I get rid of these two here. Alright, and then some buttons for the winches. Alright, we need electricity. Alright, now I want to see maybe if this thing can pull. It does have that winch there. I guess we can get rid of that. I don't know what those controls are for then. Not for anything. Those controls could be secondary controls for that. We'll leave that for now. And then we'll save this. Was this, right, that was the original design. This will be the crab fetcher. Perfect. So after, I was going to build a crane ship, and the crane ship was going to set these up. But then I thought, nah, you know what? Maybe I'll see if I can repurpose the flat ship, the landing ship, So anyways, it was a little bit of thought here, a little bit of thought there. Alright, we're ready. This one, you know. This one's good. Now let's see if we can start up. So just as powerful, has just as many, just as powerful of an engine as the flatboat. Anyways, we just have to come over here, I'll tie off to it, and then we'll drag it back. So, I think I can tie to there. Excuse me. And I think I can tie off on this side of here. There we go. Alright, 13.5. I would go a bit closer than that. $11. Alright. Now I gotta unanchor it. I know it's dark. Well, the next one I'm gonna put lights on and stuff. There we go. So I'll unanchor it. Now it'll just fall over. And that's, I don't know if the ship will be able to handle it. This little one can handle it. Let's see. I don't want to capsize. Oh no. Too fast, too fast, too fast. Way too fast. Whew. Yeah, see, it can't quite handle it, right? So this is why we need the other ship. Or else I will capsize if I turn too quickly. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. I just have to get close, right? Close to where I can despawn it. I'm impressed. I don't want to be like, oh, that's close enough, and then just like not quite be there. Let's see if I can take this thing to the workbench. Ooh, I can. Yes. All right, so then we're gonna load. We want to load this one. This is the one that I worked on. So with this coming across here, these two pods on both sides wouldn't fill up. And then the other thing I want to do is I want to add a couple lights to this. Oh, I don't have the blinkers. Oh, that's probably advanced logic, huh? Alright. So when we anchor it, these are gonna go red. Alright, I also added this winch with this extension on it, which we're going to use to extend it to the telephone pole that we're going to set up on the shore, which is going to bring electricity to this. And then, like I say, we'll set a couple up, and then that way here we can get electricity. So when we're near it with our boats, the small boat and the big boat, we can tie off to it with a winch, and we can get electricity to the ship from the shore, right, out to wherever we are. So now, right, the small ship has the same capacity, right? And then all I did, I just extended it. So, I mean, you know, if I end up launching 3 or 4 of the crab, I'll probably only launch 2 of them. And I mean, that'll be a pretty decent capacity. And then what I did with this ship here is I added a bunk to it. So, let's get the other ship out of the water. Right? Obviously, it's just a little too small to handle the weight of the farm. But once the farm is set up, this ship is going to be more. This little ship is going to be more than adequate to come out there. Right? It's perfect. It's perfect. So let's load. Yeah, this ship will be more than adequate. And then we have a bigger ship just in case. So what do we want to do? We want to load the crab vessel first. And I did put lights on it. I know in the water it's like pitch black. Where are we here? Yeah. Sun's about to come up anyways. So, what do we want to do? Engine. Alright, what's going on here? Did I connect this? I did not. What do we gotta do here? We got one more, right? Is that the throttle? Into there. Alright, I guess I was in the middle of reorganizing this a little bit. I wonder what comes off of that. Just to there. Alright, let's get rid of that. Oh, there's always a little bit to be done. So that was that, and then we got seawater in here. We do got seawater in here. Everybody's got seawater in it. When you spawn it in a million times, you don't want to be spawning it in with fuel every time. I did think maybe, just maybe, I was going to put a crane on here. On the back side. But then it might be far too top heavy. Might be far too top heavy. Let's see. I wonder if I can even fit one in here. Would have to go. It would have to go here. One, two, three. That's it, eh? Not much. Something to go in and out, like, for what, I don't know. For picking up the pods. I guess we have the crane on the, I was thinking we could use the crane on this instead of, but then it's got to swing, right? Like, you know. Alright, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, and then these will light up when the pods get full. Let's just go. Alright, hopefully it turns on this time. I can't remember what there was one setting here that I set it at. It was 6 or 8, and it was decent actually. It wasn't 0.6, it was 0.06. There we go, kind of moving now. Hopefully that's alright. That leaves us far enough off the... Oh my goodness. Just trying to jump off the boat. Can't do it! Alright, I will turn this... It's just kind of windy and stormy, so we'll just turn it up here to Stormworks. And then we're going to load this, and then we're going to make it so it anchors. When we spawn it in, so I can back up to it. Because it's windy, the wind will blow it over in the water if it doesn't anchor. There we go. All right. Goes pretty fast. I think it goes quite fast in the water. Alright, we got the other side connected. Other side connected. And then... Now it's going to fall over, and I should be able to see... Oh yeah, these winches don't have... trouble with those winches. All right. So we've got it. Same thing, we'll just set it up just down the coast here. We don't want to go too far because we want to set up the telephone pole as well. I think this is where we were last time. It's close. It's decent. So now what we need to do is, all right. Let's see if I can get one side of it to pull up. I'm going to see if I can get out of the way and then reverse it a little bit here. It's really hard with the current. Oh no, I gotta let that one out a little bit. And then try and go backwards a little bit. Uh-oh. There we go. Come on. What if we twist? Just trying to get it. I'm stuck on the bottom there. I'm just trying to. There we go. 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 So frustrating. These ropes. These ropes. Whoa! Come on! Oh no! Not quite. Not quite. Jeepers. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna have to do here to get this thing to pop up. Wow, it's just a ridiculous amount of work here. Oh, wow. I don't know, what am I supposed to do? Oh, maybe this is it. Oh! That might actually be it. Let's see. Only took an hour. Gee whiz. Not easy. Now we're beached. Oh boy. Now we're beached. Whew, so that's one way of doing it, I guess. Now we're just below the surface. There we go. Nice. Alright, so let's crank this up to 1. We'll set it up, and then I want to bring over the trailer. That's what I was trying to do in the video here, just to show that, because we've already seen this set up. So that should start broadcasting once those are down. Now, yeah, there it is, way out there. So now what I want to do is we want to bring over the trailer so that way we can get electricity out to it. Maybe the next one I build will have a camera on it. It might have a couple other things as well. And all that's going to need electricity. Here, let's wait out the night on this one. All right, we need the truck. Whew, there we go. Now, are there... Don't have any... really? Of course not. Of course not. I I gotta go forward a little. I didn't put any cables on this thing because I'm super smart like that. Alright. Now, any of the cables that we use gotta be on the trailer, so that should be decent. And then there's just a couple of spares, and then we want a couple of welding torches, just in case it catches on fire. And maybe an extinguisher somewhere. Alright, so that is that. We'll spawn that in. I guess all this stuff costs money. Now, cool. So the first pole we're going to launch, we'll launch down in the corner over there. Wow, just storming out there. Holy moly. Alright. So, the same way, it uses the same controls as the trailer, so we've got to unlock the dump. And then, away we go. Just like that. There, now we're anchored. Now, I can take a cable. Cable too short. Cable too short to attach. Yeah, right. Okay, so because of that, oh, of course. Of course. What do you mean cable's too short? this has to be one of the most annoyingest, stupidest things ever. Can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do that. Then let's make it longer. Yay, there we go. Alright, so I had to do something like that. Crazy. Which kind of sucks because now that was my plan for getting it out to there. So now what I have to do is we have to try and get this one here. This one's going to do the exact same thing. Yeah, it's going to do the exact same thing. So we need 2 cables. Now, the first cable we need is going to attach the winch to the block. And then we can do that. Ooh, spaghetti! Alright. Now, you see where we're going with all this. We should be able to attach it all together and have electricity out there. Hopefully. Yep. Alright. Almost got it set up. So much cable. Try and get all this cable out of here. So now we have electricity to this whole thing. Cool. We're not running off the shore, and then I can connect another one to there and drag it out if we need to, and get power. Now we have power out to the farm. That's cool. And it looks like it is full. It looks like the farm is full. Now there's a keep active block on the trailer, so it'll stay, and then it's its own object. So I can despawn the truck, and it'll be perfect actually. And what we can do here is turn this to here, and I think there was a button to detach the trailer. I thought there was. Oh, there it goes. Interesting. So I'll have to put a switch. I don't know how we're going to get this one down. I'll have to unanchor it and let it fall over, I guess. I'll have to put a switch on there, which allows that to do its thing. But that is success. So now we have a couple of things launched. We have a pole, and we have our first farm set up. So we're starting to add to the port here. It's starting to look complete in a way. So that is almost going to do it. That is almost going to do it. I want to check on one more thing here. Cut it out. It's so very difficult some days. Oh, let's go to Sawyer Cell. Ooh, that'd be a fair amount of jingle. So what I've done is now we have our telephone pole set up there. I'll have to do something like that for fuel or something. I'm not sure. We'll have to figure it out. So we have electricity. Let's get our boat out there. I guess what I could do even, we could get our small one, and what we need to grab from this, because the small one is rocking and ready to go. What we need to grab is this. Here, we need to copy that, load that. Okay, that needs electricity. And then we'll have to save this. Let's load this, and then we need the panels, and then I need the microcontroller. And then that way when we're in here, we can just see if the crab pods are full. And then we need to save that, and then we need to load this. It's a lot. There's a lot of there's so much prep work that goes into this. It seems like it's just a raw video, but there's so much work that goes into these. People don't see hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of work that goes into just prepping for the video. And then when we make the video, it might not even, a lot of it I don't upload. A lot of it I have to reshoot over and over and over again. It sucks. Alright, so it can suck. I enjoy it, but sometimes it sucks. It can be very frustrating. You explode or whatever. Alright, so we have that in there. Now, what does this little panel do? Well, when we load into the water, it should tell us, like, I'm assuming that it's full. We might not be totally full, but it should light up, and hopefully it does. Okay, so that's working. Oh, that's working. Are the antennas working? Can I get up to the check? That one's working. And that one's working. Okay, so let's go down there and see. It might not be totally full. Yeah, 10. I think 16 is our maximum, so they're not totally full yet. Once they get full, it'll show up in the little boat. All right. These are some big waves. These are some big waves. Okay, so let's skip one more day, and then maybe it'll be full, and then just to show that, and then that'll be it. That will be it. Getting bugged from all sides today. All right. So we can set up, eventually what we'll have to do is I'm going to build a radar turret. And we're going to set the radar turret up in a similar fashion, where we'll anchor it here, and that's what it'll do. It'll track stuff that comes by, and maybe we'll make it so it shoots at it. We'll have to see. So you can see where we're getting there. We're getting there. It's been a slow start. A lot of this has to be, it's a slow start because you have to think about it. You have to conceptualize it, and then once you conceptualize it, then you can say, okay, let's test it out. It takes a little bit. Create it, think it, build it, test it. Yes, there, you see? Now they're all green. That means every single one of them is full. And we can go over there and we can fill up the boat, and then we can come back and unload the boat. So I'm going to do that on my own time later on, and I'll expand this as we get more farms. We'll have to expand this. You know, maybe I'll launch probably one more of those, and that should be good enough. So once again, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribing. I really do appreciate it. We are getting somewheres, and we're starting to develop our base. Well, we need money, and then we can go and build a base somewhere else, but this is sort of the start of it. So thank you so much, and I hope to see you in the next one.